Hello, this is Nancy Leonard, Senior Partner at Leonard and Associates. Today I'm going to talk about Franchise Law 101, or what you should know before investing in a franchise. So I often get the question of why should I hire a franchise attorney to evaluate the documents? Why can't I use my spouse or brother, sister, or friend who's a general attorney? And the answer to that is the same as would you use your family doctor to perform heart surgery? No, I don't think you probably would. So franchise law is a very specialized area of the law, and the attorneys at Leonard and Associates handle franchise document reviews day in and day out. And we understand them. We understand what's typical, what's not typical, and we can help you evaluate those documents. The next question I get often is, isn't it all written in stone? And the answer to that is, it might be. It might be that this is not a negotiable document at all, but that doesn't diminish the need to have an attorney review the documents. This is going to be a long-term commitment that you're making contractually with the franchisor. We have the knowledge and experience to be able to help you evaluate these documents. This is an investment that is a costly investment, both financially and of your time. And a mistake that you make now is going to cost you a great deal down the road. We are responsive and experienced attorneys in the franchise industry, and we charge a reasonable flat fee to help you with the evaluations of the documents. So what information is included in that franchise disclosure document, or FDD, that you received? There are 23 federally regulated items of disclosure, and that means that the federal law requires that these 23 items be disclosed to you. Items 1 and 2 are background about the franchisor, the people that are involved in the franchise, competition in the industry, and regulations in the industry. Items 3 and 4 are litigation and bankruptcy disclosures. And these are very important to evaluate. We look at those, and I will go through that in a little bit as to what our services are. But those are very important disclosures. Items 5, 6, and 7 are the financial disclosures. And they tell you what the fees are going to be and what it's going to cost you to open up this business and operate it initially. These 23 items of disclosures must be written in plain English and not legalese. In addition to those items in the FDD will be the franchise agreement, which is your contract with the franchisor that you're going to be signing. Also, any other contracts that you will sign with the franchisor, such as an area development agreement or a non-compete agreement or personal guarantee or any other kinds of contracts that you're going to be required to sign. Additionally, there will be financial statements of the franchisor for the last 3 years if the franchisor has been in business that long, and these will be audited financial statements. So what do you do to validate or evaluate a franchise? I recommend 3 things to do independent of our services that I think are very, very important. And the first is to speak to franchisees that are already in the system. These are your best resource for learning anything that you want to know about the business. You can ask these franchisees any questions that you want. There is a full list of all franchisees in the system as an exhibit to the FDD that's required by federal law. And you do not need the permission or knowledge of the franchisor that you are calling any of those franchisees. It's your right under federal law. You should read through the 23 items of disclosure that I just discussed. They contain tremendous amount of important information that you should be aware of before you make this important decision. And the third thing that you should do is have the franchisor's audited financial statements evaluated by a good business accountant. If you have the background yourself, that's great. You should look at those financials. You do not want to have your franchisor be financially weak and eventually go into bankruptcy, because it does not leave most franchisees in a very good position to survive that bankruptcy down the road. So what are our services and flat fees for those services? First, we start by checking that the trademark is a live registered trademark. We check that with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website. It's the cornerstone of what you're buying when you're buying any particular brand or franchise. And so we want to make sure it is a live, valid, registered trademark. They can lapse over time, they can be challenged over time, so we always check that as a first step. Second thing we do is we'll check state records for the state in which the territory will be located. And we're looking to make sure that there isn't an independent business operating under a name that would be confusingly similar to the brand. And that because if there is an independent business and their use of that name predates the registration of the trademark by the franchisor, that independent business could sue you for trademark infringement when you go to open up your business. We review items 1 through 4 of the FDD. Item 1 tells us about the company and its parents, predecessors, affiliated businesses, competition in the industry, regulations in the industry. Item 2 tells us about the people. Are they fly-by-night people? Have they been with the business for a while? And most importantly, we take a look at items 3 and 4, which are the litigation and bankruptcy disclosures, to see if there's any red flags there. We do not independently verify the contents of the FDD to check to see if there's any items or things that should have been included that were not, or to read cases in greater depth than the summary that's provided in item 3. We thoroughly review the franchise agreement, which is the contract you're going to enter into with the franchisor, and we go through that to determine what your obligations are to the franchisor's obligations to you, items that are typical, things that are not typical, and any points that should be clarified or questions that you may want to ask. We go over these things with you in a phone call that's typically 2 to 3 hours long. It's a review call in which you can ask questions and really make sure you have a clear understanding of what you'll be entering into. We charge a flat fee for these services that hasn't changed in years. And some other services that we can handle for you are forming the entity for your business if you're not using retirement funds. We can handle the lease review and negotiation if it's a brick and mortar business. We can help you with an acquisition or sale of a franchise business. And for example, if you're selling the business down the road, ready to put your feet up on the beach somewhere, we can help you with the legal documents for that. If you're buying an existing franchise business, we can help you with the acquisition legal documents as well. So we are here to help. We offer free initial consultation. Please feel free to give me a call at 215-392-0030. I'm at extension 101. So we would love to hear from you. Please feel free to call, email, or check out our website. The information is stated on the screen that you're looking at now. And I look forward to working with you with this important step of moving forward in the franchise world. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a great day.